This is how much Social Security and SSDI will get now with the new projections. I have all the details for you here in the video. Let's get right into it. All right, now as of recently, we got some new projections in regards to Social Security. And again, when I say Social Security, I mean all the benefits administered by the Social Security Administration, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI benefits. However, I want to break down with these new projections how much we can expect as a raise to your monthly benefit based on this information. Now, there's a massive range here, which I think is a little bit surprising, a little bit shocking, and a little bit weird. But at the same time, I want to bring these numbers to you because at the end of the day, based on this information, this will directly relate to your monthly benefit, the raise, the increase to your benefits, and again, at the end of the day, how much money you get to take home and live off of as a fixed income beneficiary, which we know a huge percentage of beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for all or at least 90+% of their monthly benefit, which is a lot of people out there, right? Seniors, people with disabilities living on these benefits. Every single dollar and realistically every single penny counts these days. However, let me share with you quickly these projections. I laugh a little bit simply because the range is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, let me share with you this range, okay? Okay, so based on some most recent inflation data, they came in and said we could see a raise next year, 2026, that's a long time from now, but they're already giving projections on this. We could see a raise next year as a result of the COLA of 2.1%, or maybe as low as 0.06%. Okay, 0.06%, if you're wondering what that is, it's zero. It's just say zero, because that would translate into literally no money, zero. A 0.06% raise to your benefit is nothing at all. I mean, that's like pathetically low, okay? Okay, so anyway, let me give you some real numbers here so we can look at this and compare it to this year for 2025 when we got 2.5%, right? Which, again, was really bad, and we all recognize way more than they realize. We know that living expenses, cost of living, went up significantly more than 2.5%. I mean, who are they trying to kid, right? We've said this so many times before, but anyway. Okay, let me give you some real numbers here, and then we can talk about the details further, and something else we also need to focus on, and something we also need to kind of take into consideration. Okay, I'm going to give you some nice round numbers here, just to kind of illustrate what this would look like as far as a raise to monthly benefits. So I'm going to use nice round numbers, and again, we can talk about it here in just a second. Okay, if somebody were receiving a $700 monthly benefit as their gross benefit, like the total benefit before deductions, applying a potential 2.1% raise to that would increase the benefit by $14 a month from $700 to $714. Wow, what are you going to do with that, right? $14 a month, not much. That's like 3 boxes of cereal, maybe? Yeah, exactly. It's not much. All right, an $800 monthly benefit. Applying a potential 2.1% raise to that would increase your benefits by $16 per month from $800 to $816. Now, if you are receiving a $900 monthly benefit, applying a potential 2.1% raise to that would increase your benefit by about $19 per month. Again, not much, but it's certainly better than nothing. Now, if you're receiving a $1,000 monthly gross benefit, applying a potential 2.1% raise to that would increase your benefit by $21 per month. Again, not much, but certainly better than zero. However, if you're receiving a $1,100 monthly benefit, this would increase your benefit if there was a 2.1% raise by about $23 per month. And if you happen to be one of the lucky people out there receiving the average benefit of just under $2,000, this would increase your benefit. Applying a 2.1% raise would increase your benefit by about $42 per month, okay? So as you can see right here, it's not all that impactful. I mean, it's a few dollars. Obviously, the higher the benefits go, then the higher the raise goes as well. Okay, so if somebody's receiving, by the way, a $5,108 monthly benefit, which is the maximum right now in 2025, which again, that will be going up in 2026. But if somebody's getting $5,000 a month, applying a potential 2.1% raise to that would be over $100 more per month. Not bad, right? So again, it's kind of funny how this works because it's like the lower income, the lower amount beneficiaries typically always get the short end of the stick, right? And this is another quick example of exactly how that's going into play. All right, so anyway, those are the potential raises based on the best case scenario with these projections that are out there, a 2.1% based on the most recent inflation data. However, remember I said at the beginning of the video, they said it could be as low as 0.06%. Now, I'm going to be fair with you. I didn't even run the calculations on this. Why? There's no point. There's literally no point. A 0.06, not 0.6, 0.6 would be 0.6%, a little more than half of 1%. A 0.06 is 0.06 of 1%. My point is, what is that going to translate into for anybody? Nothing. It's nothing at all. There's no point in even calculating it because it'll translate into $0. There's literally no point. You might as well just call it zero because that's basically what it is. However, let me point something else out, okay? We got to take into consideration what we never want to talk about, which is the Medicare Part B premium. How much is that going to go up for 2026? Who knows? Here's the thing. This year for 2025, the Medicare Part B premium went up by $10.30, as you know by now, or 5.9%, which we got a COLA of 2.5%. So if we can just assume that the Medicare Part B premium is likely going to go up by probably at least double the COLA, let's just run some quick math here, okay? So let's just assume that the COLA is going to be 2.1%. We can probably safely assume if the Medicare Part B premium typically goes up double plus what the COLA is, we can probably assume that the Medicare Part B premium will likely go up about 4.5% or so, give or take a little bit. Let's just say 4% for easy math purposes. If that's the case, then we know about a 4% raise on, little less than $200 is going to be about $8, give or take a little bit, probably $7.50 or so, give or take a little bit, is how much the premium will likely go up for 2026. Now, again, I know this is a very long time away, and I totally recognize that, this is it's subject to change, and it's certainly going to change a lot between now and then. I 100% recognize that. However, these are the projections that are out there. We've got to continue watching these numbers because, remember, we need to watch the overall trend, the trajectory of inflation. That is what's going to impact our benefits because even though we're still very early on in the year, it's not that many months away until we start tracking the inflation data to determine exactly what this is going to do to our monthly benefit. July, August, and September. I know that feels like, oh, that's so far away. You're right. It's not that close from now, but it's going to be here soon, okay? I'm not sure about you, but I'm looking forward to it. Reason being is I like the hot summer. That's why. So anyway, that's the only reason I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, it's not that far away. It's going to be here before we know it. And as a result, we need to continue watching the inflation data as it comes in leading up to those months because we're not just going to go from, low inflation or whatever it's sitting at to just popping up really quick during those months and being like, whoa, we're going to lock in a huge COLA again. But if we watch the trend leading up to those months, we can say, hey, look, the forecast of inflation, the trend of inflation is looking like this. We can project that it's going to be somewhere within this range. And we can really pinpoint kind of where it's going to land at that point. But if we didn't watch this data leading up to those months, it'd be like, I don't know. I have no clue where it's going to go because we wouldn't know. But if we watch the data leading up to it, we can get a much better perspective and forecasting projections on where that COLA is likely going to land. Anyway, this is still a long time out from now, but I just wanted to share this with you quickly because I thought, honestly, it's kind of funny. This range, 0.06% to 2.1%. Okay, that's a massive range, and we're basically just saying 0 to 2.1%. No matter how you cut it, I can tell you this much. The cost of living is going to be way higher than just 2.1% this year. We already know it. We already know that if they're projecting 2.1%, we know that the cost of living is probably going to be 4 or 5%, something like that. We know that, right? We know better, and we know how this whole thing works. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. Wanted to bring it to your attention. We need to watch the details on our benefits, even though it's a long time out in the future. It's always just good to keep an eye on it, just to see, because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your benefit. That's why, I'm not sure about you, but I think that's pretty important when it pertains to the money you're going to be getting from your monthly benefit and that you're going to be living on. So anyway, hope this helps you. Again, if I can ask a huge favor of you, number one, please subscribe to the channel. It is 100% free to do so. There's a big subscribe button right down below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, if you can think of anybody that benefit from this video or any other videos here on the channel or benefit from knowing me and or this channel, please, if I can ask a huge favor, please subscribe. Subscribe, number one, but then also share the video as well. It's totally free. There's a share button right down below as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description at the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, just have a nice day. And I hope I can see you again soon in the next